Welcome to Master Your Mind. Unlock peak performance for your best life. This is not just a book. It's a transformative guide designed to help you tap into the immense power of your mind and unlock your true potential. If you've ever wondered what separates those who achieve extraordinary success from those who fall short, the answer is simple: mindset. Your mindset shapes everything about your life. Your actions, your emotions, your decisions, and ultimately, your success. What you think, believe, and focus on directly influences the results you achieve. Throughout this book, you'll discover how to cultivate the mindset of high performers, people who not only excel but thrive, no matter the challenges they face. The tools, strategies, and insights shared in these chapters will help you train your mind to overcome limitations, develop unstoppable motivation, and maintain laser focus on what truly matters. Imagine waking up each day feeling excited and driven, knowing exactly what to do to move closer to your goals, no matter the obstacles you face. That's the power of a mastered mind. In the following pages, we will dive deep into essential concepts that will transform the way you approach your life. We will explore how to develop the growth mindset necessary for peak performance, master self-discipline and resilience to navigate setbacks, harness the power of visualization, positive thinking, and goal setting. And most importantly, train your mind to stay focused on success. Each chapter builds upon the next, offering you practical tools, real-world strategies, and actionable insights to elevate your performance in every area of your life. Whether you're aiming for personal growth, professional success, or simply striving to live a more fulfilled and empowered life, the lessons in this book are designed to help you reach your highest potential. Are you ready to unlock your peak performance? The journey starts here, and by the end of this book, you'll be equipped with everything you need to take control of your thoughts, your mindset, and ultimately, your success. Let's begin the exciting transformation ahead. Chapter 1: The Power of the Mind. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve extraordinary success while others struggle, despite working just as hard? What if I told you that the key to unlocking your peak performance doesn't lie in your circumstances, but within your own mind? Imagine being able to tap into your fullest potential, not by changing your environment, but by transforming how you think. This chapter is about discovering the untapped power of your mind and understanding the profound connection between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. You may have heard that success is all about hard work, talent, or luck, but the truth is, it's your mindset that determines whether you achieve your best life. So, let's dive deep into the first step of unlocking your peak performance: the power of your mind. You might not realize it yet, but your mind is far more powerful than you've ever imagined, and it holds the secret to everything you desire. Section 1: The Mind's Unseen Influence. We often go through life unaware of the constant chatter within our minds. These thoughts shape not only our day-to-day experiences, but also our long-term outcomes. From the moment you wake up in the morning, your mind is at work, creating your reality. If you're not careful, your unconscious thoughts can control you, shaping your habits, emotions, and even your physical health. But here's the game changer. Once you become aware of how your mind operates, you can take control of it. Let's break this down. When you think about your goals or your dreams, what comes to mind? Do you think, "I can do this," or "This is too difficult, I'll never succeed"? Your mind interprets these thoughts and sends signals to your body, influencing your energy, your focus, and your ability to take action. Thoughts of doubt create a mental block, while thoughts of belief open up possibilities. The mind is not just a passive entity, it's actively shaping your destiny. You may be familiar with the saying, "What you think, you become." This is not just motivational fluff, it's backed by science. Our thoughts directly influence our emotions and, consequently, our actions. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, you'll often find yourself in a state of stress, anxiety, or frustration. On the other hand, positive thoughts bring clarity, energy, and motivation. The mind also has an incredible ability to adapt and grow. This concept is called neuroplasticity, and it's one of the most exciting discoveries in modern neuroscience. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. The old belief was that the brain stopped growing after a certain age, but science now shows that our brains are capable of change throughout our entire lives. This means that the way you think today doesn't have to be the way you think tomorrow. You can literally rewire your brain to think in ways that serve your best life. This insight gives us incredible power to reshape our minds, influence our emotions, and create a new reality. But just like any power, it requires understanding and responsibility. Now that you know how much influence your mind has, it's time to take full ownership of it. The next step is learning how to unlock this potential consciously and intentionally. Section 2. The mind-body connection. Let's talk about the mind-body connection, a fascinating aspect of human performance. Have you ever noticed how your physical body responds to your mental state? If you're anxious or stressed, your body tenses up, your heart rate increases, and your muscles tighten. On the flip side, when you're calm and centered, your body relaxes, your breathing slows, and you feel lighter. The mind and body are intrinsically linked, and what happens in one affects the other. When you're in a state of mental clarity and positivity, your body releases endorphins, natural chemicals that promote feelings of well-being. This state of ease creates a powerful feedback loop. Positive thoughts lead to a healthier body, and a healthier body supports a positive mindset. But when you're stuck in negativity or stress, your body responds in ways that limit your performance. Chronic stress, for instance, can elevate cortisol levels, which not only makes you feel anxious, but also hampers cognitive function, creativity, and productivity. Understanding this connection is crucial because it means that achieving peak performance isn't just about mastering your mind. It's also about taking care of your body. A healthy, energized body supports a focused, clear mind, and a focused, clear mind enables a healthier body. This is why successful people often prioritize both mental and physical health. The key to peak performance lies in nurturing both. Section 3. Brain plasticity, your superpower. Now, let's talk about one of the most empowering discoveries of modern neuroscience: neuroplasticity. As mentioned earlier, your brain is not a fixed entity. The traditional belief was that once you reached a certain age, your brain became rigid and unchangeable. This belief has been shattered. Neuroplasticity tells us that your brain can form new neural pathways at any age. What does this mean for you? It means that you are not stuck with the habits, thoughts, or patterns that have been holding you back. You have the power to retrain your brain, develop new skills, and create healthier ways of thinking and acting. This is truly liberating. Whether you want to break free from limiting beliefs, improve your emotional intelligence, or develop a new habit, neuroplasticity gives you the tools to do so. If you've struggled with a particular behavior or mindset, the key to overcoming it is simply through practice and repetition. The more you engage in the desired behavior or thought process, the stronger the neural connections will become, and the easier it will be to sustain that change. To take full advantage of neuroplasticity, it's important to challenge your brain in new and different ways. This doesn't mean you have to become an expert overnight, but it does require you to consistently stretch your mind. The more you push yourself outside of your comfort zone, the more your brain will grow and adapt. Section 4. Techniques to harness the power of your mind. Now that we've established how powerful your mind can be, let's explore practical techniques that will allow you to harness this power on a daily basis. 1. Mindfulness meditation. One of the best ways to gain control over your mind is through mindfulness. Mindfulness allows you to become aware of your thoughts without getting caught up in them. It creates a space between stimulus and reaction, giving you the freedom to choose your response instead of reacting automatically. By practicing mindfulness regularly, you build the mental discipline to stay calm, focused, and present. 2. Positive affirmations. A simple but highly effective technique is the use of affirmations. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself to reprogram your mind. For instance, if you're struggling with self-doubt, you might say, "I am capable and confident in all that I do." Repeating affirmations helps to shift your mindset and transform negative self-talk into empowering beliefs. 3. Visualization. Another powerful tool is visualization. Athletes, performers, and successful people use visualization to improve their performance. By vividly imagining yourself succeeding in a specific task or achieving a goal, your brain begins to create the neural patterns that support this outcome. When you visualize yourself succeeding, you increase your confidence and motivation. 4th gratitude practice. Shifting your focus to what you're grateful for is a game changer. When you actively practice gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, neurotransmitters that promote happiness and well-being. This simple shift in perspective can drastically improve your mood, mindset, and overall outlook on life. Section 5. The path forward. The most important thing you can do today is become aware of the power of your mind. Now that you understand how your thoughts influence your life, you can begin to use this knowledge to your advantage. Your mind is a tool, one that can either work for you or against you. It's your choice. As you continue through this audiobook, you'll learn how to master not just your thoughts, but your emotions, actions, and habits. And with every new insight, you'll move closer to unlocking the peak performance that will allow you to live your best life. Stay tuned, because what comes next will show you how to shift your mindset into one that's designed for success. Get ready for the journey ahead. It's time to master your mind and unlock the power that's been inside of you all along. This marks the first step in mastering your mind, and I hope you're feeling more empowered than ever. The journey has only just begun. Stay with me as we delve into the tools that will help you unlock your true potential. Chapter 2. Shifting your mindset. Have you ever been stuck in a negative loop where it feels like your mind just can't break free from the same old patterns? Do you find yourself saying things like, "I can't do this," or "I'll never be good enough"? If so, you're not alone. Most of us struggle with limiting beliefs and a mindset that holds us back. But here's the great news. You have the power to change your mindset, and in doing so, transform your entire life. Imagine shifting from self-doubt to self-assurance, from stagnation to momentum, simply by rewiring the way you think. In this chapter, we're diving deep into the mindset shift, the very foundation for unlocking your peak performance. We'll look at how your current mindset might be limiting your success, and more importantly, how to shift it toward one that propels you forward into greatness. This shift in mindset isn't just some abstract idea. It's a practical, actionable process that can dramatically change the way you approach every challenge and opportunity in life. Section 1. The power of a growth mindset. Let's start by understanding one of the most powerful concepts you'll ever encounter on your journey to peak performance: the growth mindset. This is a concept developed by psychologist Carol Dweck, and it's become a cornerstone in the world of personal development. The basic premise is simple, yet profound. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence are not fixed. They can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. This contrasts with a fixed mindset, which believes that abilities are innate and unchangeable. You might be wondering, what does this have to do with me? Everything. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. If you approach life with a fixed mindset, you see challenges as obstacles, failures as signs of inadequacy, and success as something that happens only to the lucky few. But if you adopt a growth mindset, everything changes. Challenges become opportunities for growth. Failures are simply stepping stones to success, and effort is the key to mastery. Imagine the difference this could make in your life. The next time you encounter a difficult situation, you'll no longer think, "I can't do this." Instead, you'll think, "I'm not there yet, but I can learn and improve." This mindset not only boosts your resilience in the face of adversity, but it also opens the door to continuous growth. You'll start to see every setback as a valuable lesson, every challenge as a chance to expand your skills. The beauty of a growth mindset is that it's not something you're born with, it's something you can develop. Even if you've been stuck in a fixed mindset for years, it's never too late to make the shift. In fact, this chapter is all about giving you the tools to actively nurture a growth mindset, which will become the foundation for all of your future success. Section 2. Identifying limiting beliefs. Before we dive into the strategies for shifting your mindset, let's take a look at the limiting beliefs that might be holding you back. Limiting beliefs are those deeply ingrained thoughts and assumptions that we hold about ourselves and the world around us. These beliefs are often formed early in life and can stay with us for years, shaping the way we approach challenges, relationships, and opportunities. Common limiting beliefs include thoughts like, "I'm not smart enough to succeed," "I'll never be able to change," "People like me don't achieve great things," "Failure means I'm not good enough." These beliefs can be incredibly powerful, often operating below the surface, subtly guiding our decisions and actions. But here's the thing. These beliefs are not facts. They're just thoughts. And just like any other thought, they can be changed. To start shifting your mindset, you need to first identify the limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck. This requires a level of self-awareness and introspection. Take a moment to reflect on your life and think about areas where you've felt discouraged, anxious, or defeated. What beliefs have you been carrying with you in those moments? Are they beliefs rooted in your own potential? Or are they beliefs that have been imposed upon you by past experiences or other people? Here's an exercise to help you uncover your limiting beliefs. 1. Write down a current challenge or goal that you're struggling with. 2. Identify the thoughts that come to mind when you think about this challenge. What are you telling yourself? 3. Ask yourself why you believe these thoughts. Are they based on past experiences, other people's opinions, or assumptions about yourself? 4th, challenge the validity of these thoughts. Are they really true? Can you find evidence to the contrary? By examining your limiting beliefs in this way, you begin the process of disrupting them. The first step in shifting your mindset is realizing that these beliefs don't define you. They're just stories you've been telling yourself, and you have the power to rewrite them. Section 3. Reframing negative thoughts. Once you've identified your limiting beliefs, it's time to reframe them. Reframing is the process of changing the way you interpret a situation or belief, turning it from something negative into something positive or empowering. Let's look at an example. Imagine you've been working hard on a project at work, but you don't get the promotion you were hoping for. If you have a fixed mindset, you might tell yourself, "I didn't get promoted because I'm not good enough." This thought leads to feelings of frustration and defeat, which then affect your motivation to try again. But with a growth mindset, you could reframe that same situation. You might think, "I didn't get promoted this time, but that doesn't mean I'm not capable. I'll use this as an opportunity to learn what I can do better next time." This shift in perspective opens up a world of possibility. Rather than seeing the setback as a reflection of your worth, you see it as an opportunity for growth. Reframing requires practice, but it's incredibly powerful. The next time you find yourself stuck in negative self-talk, Pause and ask yourself, how can I reframe this thought in a more positive, empowering way? It's about focusing on the lessons, the opportunities, and the growth that can come from any situation. Section 4. Cultivating self-compassion. As you work on shifting your mindset, it's essential to cultivate self-compassion. We can be our own harshest critics, often holding ourselves to impossible standards. But if you're going to unlock your peak performance, you need to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. Self-compassion means recognizing that you're human, and like everyone else, you're going to make mistakes, experience setbacks, and face challenges. Instead of beating yourself up for every misstep, practice self-compassion by speaking to yourself with kindness and understanding. Next time you face a challenge or make a mistake, try this. 1. Acknowledge your feelings. This is tough, and it's okay to feel frustrated. 2. Practice self-kindness. I'm doing the best I can, and I'll keep learning. 3. Recognize your shared humanity. Everyone faces difficulties. This is part of the process of growth. By practicing self-compassion, you build a supportive inner dialogue that helps you bounce back faster and maintain your motivation, even when things don't go as planned. It's a powerful tool for building resilience, which is a key component of peak performance. Section 5. Taking action and moving forward. The mindset shift you're working on is not just about thinking differently. It's about taking action. Action is the bridge between your thoughts and your results. As you shift your mindset from limiting beliefs to growth-oriented thinking, you must also take concrete steps toward your goals. Start by setting small, achievable goals that align with your new mindset. These goals should challenge you without overwhelming you. Each step you take will reinforce the belief that you're capable of success, further solidifying your new growth mindset. Remember, the journey to peak performance is a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, you will see remarkable changes. As you continue shifting your mindset, you'll find that challenges become opportunities, setbacks become lessons, and your belief in your own potential grows stronger with every passing day. In this chapter, we've explored how to shift your mindset from one that limits you to one that empowers you. By adopting a growth mindset, identifying and reframing limiting beliefs, practicing self-compassion, and taking action, you're laying the foundation for lasting success. In the next chapter, we'll dive into building mental resilience, a crucial component of peak performance that will help you bounce back even stronger from challenges. So, take a deep breath, embrace your new mindset, and get ready for what's next. The path to your best life is just beginning. This marks the end of Chapter 2. Keep these lessons in mind and move forward with confidence as you continue to unlock your true potential. Let's move on to the next chapter, where we build on this foundation and develop the mental resilience you need to keep pushing toward your goals. Chapter 3. Building Mental Resilience. There's a quote by the legendary psychologist and author, Dr. Angela Duckworth, that says, "Grit is passion and perseverance for long-term goals." This is the essence of mental resilience, the ability to persevere through challenges, maintain your focus, and drive even when the going gets tough, and stay committed to your vision despite the obstacles that arise. In the world of peak performance, mental resilience is not just a nice-to-have trait, it's a must-have. Life will inevitably throw curveballs at you. Unexpected setbacks, failures, and hardships are all part of the journey. But what separates the successful from the rest is not how many times they fall, but how many times they get back up. Resilience is that inner strength that allows you to bounce back stronger and wiser each time. In this chapter, we're going to explore what mental resilience is, why it's crucial to peak performance, and, most importantly, how you can develop it. Whether you're facing personal struggles, professional obstacles, or simply looking to fortify yourself for the future, building mental resilience is an essential skill. So, let's dig deep into how you can strengthen your mind to handle the toughest challenges with grace, determination, and unwavering commitment to your success. Section 1. Understanding mental resilience. At its core, mental resilience is the ability to adapt to adversity, overcome obstacles, and keep moving forward in the face of difficulty. It's about bouncing back from setbacks and maintaining your focus on your long-term goals, even when short-term results are discouraging. This doesn't mean you won't experience doubt, frustration, or disappointment. In fact, these emotions are part of the human experience. What resilience allows you to do is feel those emotions, learn from them, and then continue moving forward despite them. In the context of peak performance, mental resilience plays a critical role. Think about athletes who push their bodies to the limit, entrepreneurs who endure countless failures before reaching success, or leaders who navigate through crises with poise and clarity. The one thing they all share is an unwavering resilience that allows them to handle pressure, bounce back from defeat, and stay committed to their mission. But here's something important to note. Mental resilience is not about being invincible or never feeling pain. It's about developing the tools and strategies to recover quickly, adapt, and keep going. In fact, some of the most resilient people are also the most empathetic, understanding that challenges and failures are a natural part of the process of growth. Instead of seeing these moments as permanent defeats, they view them as temporary setbacks that provide valuable lessons. This perspective is not always easy to adopt, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Section 2. Why resilience matters for peak performance. Mental resilience is the fuel that powers peak performance. Think of it like the engine of a car. You can have the best car in the world with all the features and power under the hood, but if the engine isn't running, it doesn't matter how shiny or advanced the car is. Similarly, you can have the skills, talent, and knowledge to succeed, but if you lack resilience, you'll find it difficult to keep going when challenges arise. Every successful person has faced adversity, from the world's top athletes to entrepreneurs who've built billion-dollar businesses. What they have in common is resilience. It's this inner strength that propels them through difficulties and helps them maintain focus on their goals. When things get tough, it's easy to give up. But resilient individuals have an incredible ability to push through. When facing obstacles, resilient people don't see the situation as an insurmountable problem. Instead, they break it down, reframe it, and find creative solutions. They keep moving forward because they understand that their success isn't determined by one setback, but by their ability to keep learning, growing, and adapting. Whether it's a failed project, a missed opportunity, or a moment of self-doubt, resilient people don't dwell on the failure. They focus on how they can move forward, adjust their strategy, and improve. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from failure. It's also about staying grounded in the face of success. When you achieve a big win, it's easy to feel complacent, but true resilience keeps you humble and focused on the next challenge. The most successful people understand that success is a continuous process, not a destination. They're always looking for ways to improve, to stretch their limits, and to take on new challenges, knowing that each step forward requires resilience. Section 3. The science of resilience. So, what makes some people more resilient than others? Is it innate, or is it something we can develop? The good news is that resilience is not something you're born with. It's a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. Studies have shown that our brains have a remarkable ability to adapt and grow, even in the face of adversity. This adaptability is a key component of resilience. Just like muscles get stronger with exercise, your resilience can be strengthened with practice. Resilience is tied to several mental and emotional processes that we can actively nurture. One of the key elements of resilience is emotional regulation. This refers to your ability to manage and control your emotions, especially during challenging situations. Rather than allowing emotions like anger, frustration, or fear to take over, resilient individuals recognize their emotions, accept them, and choose to act in alignment with their long-term goals. By practicing emotional regulation, you can prevent negative emotions from derailing your progress and stay focused on finding solutions. Another component of resilience is cognitive flexibility, the ability to adapt your thinking and approach in response to changing circumstances. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to get stuck in rigid thinking, believing that there's only one way to succeed. But resilient people are able to pivot, adjust, and try new approaches when necessary. They understand that there are many paths to success, and if one path doesn't work, it doesn't mean they've failed. It just means they need to explore a different route. Finally, there's the role of social support in resilience. No one achieves success alone, and the more resilient you are, the more likely you are to lean on others for support when needed. Building a strong support system of friends, mentors, and colleagues who encourage you, challenge you, and help you through tough times is an essential part of building resilience. It's this network of people that can offer perspective, advice, and motivation when you need it most. Section 4. Building your own resilience. Now that we understand the importance of resilience and how it works, how do you build it? Developing resilience is not an overnight process, but it's a skill you can cultivate step by step. Here are some strategies to help you build mental resilience and maintain peak performance. 1. Embrace the challenge. The first step in building resilience is to change your attitude toward challenges. Instead of viewing obstacles as threats, start seeing them as opportunities to grow. When you face a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to get better? The more you embrace challenges, the more resilient you become. 2. Develop a growth mindset. As we discussed in the previous chapter, a growth mindset is key to resilience. When you approach life with the belief that your abilities can improve through effort and learning, setbacks become less daunting. You start to see failure not as a permanent defeat, but as part of the learning process. 3. Cultivate emotional awareness. Resilient people are in tune with their emotions and understand that it's okay to feel frustrated, sad, or anxious at times. The key is to process these emotions without letting them dictate your actions. Practice mindfulness and emotional awareness techniques to recognize when emotions are taking over, and then use strategies like deep breathing or journaling to regain control. 4. Focus on what you can control. Life is unpredictable, and not everything is within your control. But focusing on what you can control, your actions, your attitude, and your reactions, is a powerful way to build resilience. Instead of getting bogged down by things you can't change, put your energy into what you can influence and take action from there. 5. Build strong relationships. As we mentioned, social support plays a huge role in resilience. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and provide constructive feedback. Seek out mentors or coaches who can guide you through tough times, and don't be afraid to lean on your support network when you need it. 6. Practice self-care. Resilience is also about taking care of your physical and mental health. Make sure to get enough sleep, eat nourishing foods, and engage in regular exercise. When your body feels good, your mind will follow. Self-care also includes engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, which helps replenish your energy and focus. Section 5. Putting it all together. As you work on building your mental resilience, keep in mind that it's not about being perfect. Resilience is about adapting, learning, and growing with each experience. You will face challenges, you will encounter setbacks, and you will feel discouraged at times. But the key is how you respond. When you build resilience, you develop the ability to bounce back stronger each time. Remember that every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward a more resilient version of yourself. The process may take time, but with patience, persistence, and the strategies we've outlined, you'll find that you're capable of handling whatever life throws your way. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to master focus and clarity, two critical skills that will help you stay on course and maintain peak performance, no matter what challenges arise. For now, keep strengthening your resilience and know that you are on the path to unlocking your best life. This concludes Chapter 3 of our journey toward mastering the mind. Keep practicing the strategies for building resilience and stay committed to your growth. Now, let's move forward to explore how mental clarity and focus can propel you to even greater heights. Chapter 4. Mastering Focus and Clarity. Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the top of a mountain, gazing out over the breathtaking landscape before you. The view is expansive, the possibilities endless, and in that moment, you feel a deep sense of purpose and direction. Now, picture this. In the very next second, a blinding storm sweeps across the horizon, obscuring the view and clouding your path forward. Suddenly, the clarity you had just moments ago begins to slip away, and you're left uncertain, disoriented, and overwhelmed by the chaos around you. In life, this storm represents distractions, doubts, and obstacles that can easily cloud your focus and derail your progress. The key to unlocking peak performance isn't just about gaining clarity once in a while. It's about learning to maintain clarity and focus even when the storm hits. In this chapter, we'll explore one of the most critical components of peak performance: focus. Whether you're striving for a personal goal, navigating a professional challenge, or pursuing a creative project, the ability to maintain unwavering focus is the difference between success and stagnation. Focus is the foundation upon which everything else is built. But how do we achieve it in today's world, where distractions are rampant and our attention spans are constantly tested? How do we tune out the noise and direct our energy toward the things that truly matter? This chapter will show you how to sharpen your focus, gain clarity, and learn to stay on course, no matter what. The best part? It's a skill you can develop. Section 1. The importance of focus. To understand the power of focus, let's first examine what happens when we lose it. In a world filled with constant notifications, endless emails, and competing priorities, it's easy to find ourselves pulled in multiple directions at once. The result? We feel overwhelmed, unproductive, and often find ourselves procrastinating or spinning our wheels. Focus, on the other hand, is the ability to direct your attention intentionally to one thing at a time, eliminating distractions, filtering out the noise, and giving your full mental energy to the task at hand. This singular focus is what allows people to perform at their highest levels. When you're focused, time seems to slow down, and you enter what psychologists call a flow state, a state of deep concentration and immersion in your work. In this state, you're not just going through the motions, but fully engaged and producing your best work. Athletes often refer to this as being in the zone, and it's the state in which peak performance thrives. The key to getting into this state is developing the ability to focus with intensity and clarity. Focus is also crucial for maintaining motivation. When we lack clarity, we can easily lose sight of why we're pursuing a particular goal. This makes it harder to stay driven and committed, especially when the going gets tough. When you're able to focus clearly on your vision and purpose, you're able to maintain momentum, even when faced with obstacles. The clarity that comes with focused attention provides you with a roadmap that keeps you moving forward, even when challenges arise. Section 2. Understanding the science of focus. Now that we understand the importance of focus, let's take a closer look at what happens in your brain when you're focused and how we can leverage this understanding to enhance our performance. The human brain has a remarkable ability to concentrate on one thing at a time. When you direct your attention to a task, your brain activates a part of the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for higher-level functions like decision-making, planning, and problem-solving. This is the part of the brain that you want working at full capacity when you're pursuing your goals. However, the brain is also wired to seek novelty and stimulation, which can make it easily distracted by external stimuli or internal thoughts. This is why focusing can sometimes feel like a battle. Your brain is constantly being pulled away by distractions, whether it's a ping from your phone, a wandering thought, or the lure of procrastination. In fact, studies have shown that it takes about 25 minutes for the brain to regain focus after being interrupted. This means that even small distractions can seriously disrupt your productivity and ability to concentrate. But there's good news. With practice, you can train your brain to focus better and longer. Just like any other skill, focus improves with consistent practice. One of the best ways to strengthen your ability to focus is by practicing mindfulness, the act of bringing your attention fully to the present moment. This practice can help train your brain to become more adept at filtering out distractions and maintaining sustained concentration. Section 3. Strategies for sharpening your focus. Achieving sharp focus is not just about wishing it into existence. It requires deliberate action. Thankfully, there are several strategies you can implement to improve your focus and clarity, allowing you to maintain peak performance. 1. Prioritize your tasks. One of the most effective ways to improve focus is by focusing on fewer things at once. Often, we're tempted to multitask, thinking that it'll help us get more done. But studies have shown that multitasking can actually reduce productivity and increase cognitive load. Instead, focus on one task at a time and give it your full attention. Prioritize your most important tasks and tackle them first. By doing so, you ensure that your energy is spent on what matters most. 2. Eliminate distractions. In the age of smartphones, social media, and constant connectivity, distractions are everywhere. To maintain focus, it's essential to create an environment that minimizes these distractions. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and create a physical space that promotes concentration. You might even consider setting up designated focus blocks of time during the day, where you commit to working on one task without any interruptions. The more you create boundaries for yourself, the more you'll train your brain to focus. 3. Set clear goals. Clarity and focus go hand in hand. If you're unsure of what you're working toward, it's easy to lose focus and wander off course. One of the best ways to gain clarity and improve focus is by setting clear, specific goals. Instead of vague goals like, I want to be more productive, set specific goals such as, I want to complete this project by the end of the week. The clearer the goal, the easier it will be to stay focused on the steps required to achieve it. 4. Use the Pomodoro technique. One of the most effective strategies for maintaining focus is the Pomodoro technique. This method involves working in short, focused intervals, usually 25 minutes, followed by a short break. After 4 intervals, you take a longer break. This technique works by aligning your brain's natural focus cycles with structured work periods. It helps maintain mental freshness and prevents burnout, allowing you to work more effectively over extended periods. 5. Practice mindfulness. As we discussed earlier, mindfulness is one of the most powerful tools for improving focus. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, help train your mind to focus on the present moment and reduce the tendency to get lost in distractions. Try dedicating a few minutes each day to mindfulness exercises. Over time, you'll notice an improvement in your ability to concentrate and stay focused. 6. Rest and recharge. Focus isn't just about pushing yourself to work harder. It's also about knowing when to rest. Your brain needs time to recharge in order to maintain peak performance. If you're constantly working without taking breaks, your focus will start to dwindle. Make sure to schedule regular rest breaks throughout the day and get adequate sleep at night. A well-rested brain is a focused brain. Section 4. Overcoming mental roadblocks. Despite all of the strategies you can use to improve focus, there will be times when mental roadblocks get in the way. Whether it's procrastination, self-doubt, or lack of motivation, these mental obstacles can severely hinder your ability to stay focused and move forward with your goals. The key to overcoming these roadblocks is developing an awareness of them and learning how to manage them effectively. 1. Procrastination. One of the biggest enemies of focus is procrastination. When faced with a difficult or unpleasant task, it's easy to put it off, but procrastination only increases stress and anxiety. To combat procrastination, break large tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks. Focus on just getting started. Sometimes, the hardest part is beginning. Once you take that first step, momentum will naturally build. 2. Self-doubt. Negative self-talk and self-doubt can also derail your focus. When you question your abilities or fear failure, it's difficult to stay focused on your tasks. The key here is to practice self-compassion and replace self-doubt with positive affirmations. Remind yourself that you are capable of achieving your goals, and if you encounter setbacks, they're just part of the learning process. Reframing negative thoughts is a powerful way to stay focused on what you can control. 3. Burnout. Sometimes you may feel mentally drained, unable to focus no matter how hard you try. This is a sign of burnout. To combat burnout, it's important to listen to your body and mind. Take breaks when needed, step away from the task, and engage in activities that recharge you. Don't push yourself to the point of exhaustion. Balance is key to maintaining long-term focus and productivity. Section 5. The power of clarity. Focus and clarity are intertwined. Without clarity, it's difficult to know where to focus your attention. Clarity comes from understanding your goals, your values, and your purpose. It's the lens through which you view the world, guiding your decisions and actions. When you have clarity, you're able to prioritize the tasks that matter most and eliminate distractions. You know exactly what needs your attention and what can be put aside. Achieving clarity begins with defining your long-term vision, setting clear goals, and regularly checking in with yourself to ensure that you're aligned with your purpose. When you master both focus and clarity, you unlock the ability to perform at your highest level. You'll find that your productivity skyrockets, your stress levels decrease, and your sense of accomplishment grows. Whether you're working on a personal project, building a business, or striving to achieve a lifelong dream, maintaining focus and clarity will propel you toward success. As we conclude this chapter, keep in mind that focus is a muscle that can be trained and strengthened over time. The more you practice these strategies, the better you'll become at maintaining clarity and focus, even in the face of challenges. In the next chapter, we'll explore building unshakable confidence, another critical component of peak performance that will empower you to take bold action and achieve your most ambitious goals. This concludes Chapter 4. Now it's time to sharpen your focus and clarify your goals. Keep practicing these strategies and prepare yourself for the next step on your journey toward unlocking your best life. Chapter 5. Building unshakable confidence. Let's take a moment to think about the individuals you admire most. Whether it's a leader in your field, a successful entrepreneur, or an athlete at the top of their game, what do they all have in common? Beyond their specific skills and achievements, one undeniable trait is their confidence. Confidence is the invisible force that drives high performers to take risks, overcome adversity, and succeed against all odds. It's the belief in your abilities and potential that keeps you moving forward, even when faced with doubt or uncertainty. Confidence isn't about being cocky or pretending to have all the answers. It's about trusting yourself and having the courage to take action, regardless of the challenges ahead. In this chapter, we will dive deep into how you can build unshakable confidence, the kind of confidence that allows you to embrace failure as a learning opportunity, to speak your truth, and to push past fear to achieve your goals. Confidence is often misunderstood. People tend to think it's something that some people are simply born with, that it's an innate trait that you either have or you don't. But the truth is, confidence is a skill, a mindset that can be developed and strengthened over time. It's a byproduct of consistent self-belief, self-awareness, and taking action, even when you don't feel ready. And most importantly, confidence is essential for unlocking peak performance, because without it, it's incredibly hard to take the risks necessary for growth and success. In this chapter, you'll learn practical strategies for building that unshakable confidence within yourself so that you can step into your full potential, no matter where you are on your journey. Section 1. Understanding confidence. Before we can build unshakable confidence, it's important to understand what confidence really is and why it's such a powerful asset for peak performance. Confidence, at its core, is the belief that you are capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. It's the feeling of self-assurance that arises when you know that you have the ability to take action, learn from mistakes, and navigate the ups and downs of life. Confidence isn't about thinking you're perfect or that you'll never make a mistake. Rather, it's about trusting in your ability to learn and adapt no matter what happens. When you're confident, you approach challenges with a sense of calm and clarity. You're not paralyzed by fear or self-doubt. Instead, you see obstacles as opportunities to grow. This is why confidence is so important for peak performance. It allows you to take risks, make decisions with conviction, and maintain momentum, even in the face of adversity. Without confidence, fear and uncertainty can take hold, and you might find yourself stuck in a cycle of indecision or self-sabotage. Confidence also plays a crucial role in how you present yourself to the world. When you project confidence, others are more likely to see you as capable, trustworthy, and competent. This creates a positive feedback loop where your confidence influences how others perceive you, and in turn, this boosts your own sense of self-assurance. In professional settings, confident individuals are often seen as leaders, go-getters, and problem solvers. In personal settings, they are perceived as people who have control over their lives and are ready to take on whatever comes their way. But perhaps most importantly, confidence is about self-compassion, the understanding that you are human, that you will make mistakes, and that those mistakes do not define you. Building unshakable confidence doesn't mean eradicating all self-doubt. It means being able to move through that doubt with resilience and self-belief. Section 2. Why confidence is key for peak performance. You may be wondering, why is confidence so critical for peak performance? The answer lies in the nature of success itself. Achieving extraordinary things, whether it's reaching a personal goal, advancing in your career, or tackling a big challenge, requires action. It requires stepping out of your comfort zone, making decisions with uncertainty, and facing potential failure. The more confident you are in your abilities, the more likely you are to take those actions and move forward with momentum. Think of confidence as the foundation for taking bold action. Every time you step out of your comfort zone and try something new, you build your confidence. And with each small victory, your belief in yourself grows stronger, propelling you to take on even bigger challenges. Confidence creates a sense of self-efficacy, which is the belief that you can succeed in specific tasks or situations. When you believe that you have the skills and resources to achieve your goals, you're more likely to take initiative, stay focused, and continue working toward your vision, even in the face of setbacks. Furthermore, confidence allows you to handle failure and setbacks with grace. When you're confident in yourself, a failure doesn't feel like the end of the road. It feels like a lesson, a stepping stone on the path to success. Rather than being discouraged or defeated by failure, confident individuals view it as a temporary setback that can be learned from. This mindset is critical for achieving peak performance because it allows you to take risks, push through adversity, and ultimately grow stronger as a result. Finally, confidence enhances your ability to lead and inspire others. When you radiate confidence, others are more likely to trust and follow you. This is especially important for leaders and entrepreneurs, as their confidence can inspire and motivate those around them. Confidence in leadership allows you to make difficult decisions, communicate clearly, and guide others with a sense of purpose. Without confidence, your ability to lead with conviction would be significantly diminished. Section 3. The roots of low confidence. If confidence is so important for success, then why do so many people struggle with it? Low confidence is often rooted in past experiences, negative self-talk, and societal influences. Many of us have experienced failure, rejection, or criticism at some point in our lives, and these experiences can lead us to doubt our abilities. Additionally, the modern world is full of messages that tell us we're not good enough, or that we need to compare ourselves to others to be worthy. Social media, for example, often creates an illusion of perfection, making us feel inadequate in comparison. Low self-esteem and a lack of confidence can also be linked to fear of failure, the belief that failing at something means you're not capable or worthy. This fear can paralyze you, preventing you from taking action or trying new things. It can lead to a cycle of self-doubt, procrastination, and missed opportunities. However, the key to overcoming this is reframing failure and focusing on the lessons it offers. Every successful person has faced failure. It's part of the journey. But what distinguishes confident individuals is their ability to persevere despite failure and use it as fuel for growth. Another root cause of low confidence can be a fixed mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence are static and cannot be changed. If you believe that you're not naturally good at something, you may shy away from challenging tasks or opportunities. However, adopting a growth mindset, the belief that you can improve with effort, practice, and perseverance, can have a transformative effect on your confidence. With a growth mindset, you begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to avoid. This mindset shift is one of the most powerful ways to build unshakable confidence. Section 4. Strategies to build unshakable confidence. Building confidence is a process that takes time and consistent effort. It's not something that happens overnight, but with the right strategies, you can begin to cultivate confidence that lasts. Here are some powerful methods for building unshakable confidence. 1. Positive self-talk. The way you talk to yourself has a huge impact on your confidence. Negative self-talk, telling yourself that you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed, erodes confidence over time. Instead, practice replacing those negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Remind yourself of your strengths, past successes, and the unique qualities that make you capable of achieving your goals. Speak to yourself with kindness, as you would a close friend. 2. Visualize success. Visualization is a powerful tool for building confidence. Spend time each day visualizing yourself successfully achieving your goals. See yourself handling challenges with ease, making confident decisions, and succeeding in your endeavors. This mental rehearsal helps reinforce your belief in your abilities and programs your mind for success. 3. Take small steps outside your comfort zone. Confidence is built through action. The more you put yourself out there and take action, the more confident you will become. Start with small steps, whether it's speaking up in a meeting, taking on a new project, or learning a new skill. Each time you take action and succeed, your confidence grows. 4. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people you surround yourself with play a crucial role in your confidence. Seek out individuals who encourage, support, and believe in you. Positive relationships can help bolster your self-esteem and motivate you to keep pushing forward. Avoid toxic environments that drain your confidence or leave you doubting yourself. 5. Celebrate your wins. One of the best ways to build confidence is to regularly acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, big or small. By celebrating your wins, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of success. Don't wait until you achieve a major milestone to celebrate. Every step forward is worth recognizing and appreciating. 6. Embrace failure as feedback. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as an opportunity to learn and grow. When you fail, ask yourself what you can take away from the experience. This mindset shift allows you to approach challenges with confidence, knowing that even if you don't succeed the first time, you can always try again with newfound knowledge and skills. Section 5. Living with unshakable confidence. As you continue building your confidence, remember that the goal is not to achieve a state of perfection, but to live with a sense of self-assurance that allows you to take action, embrace challenges, and move forward with conviction. Confidence is not about never feeling doubt or fear. It's about acting in spite of those feelings. When you build unshakable confidence, you open the door to unlimited potential and growth. Confidence empowers you to be bold, take risks, and push the boundaries of what's possible. It helps you face adversity with resilience and navigate uncertainty with a clear sense of purpose. And most importantly, it allows you to show up as your most authentic self, trusting that you have everything you need to create the life you desire. In the next chapter, we'll explore the power of consistent action, how to take the steps necessary to turn your dreams into reality and unlock your peak performance every single day. This concludes Chapter 5. Now it's time to build that unshakable confidence and embrace your potential. Keep practicing these strategies and prepare to take your confidence and your life to the next level. Chapter 6. The Power of Consistent Action. Picture this. You've set a powerful goal, visualized your success, and even built a solid foundation of focus and confidence. Now comes the most important part: action. Many people get stuck in the cycle of planning, researching, or thinking about what they want to achieve, but they never actually take that first step or continue moving forward when things get tough. It's easy to get caught in the whirlwind of overthinking and perfectionism, but the real magic happens when you start taking action, no matter how small. The truth is, nothing will change until you start acting on your goals. Whether you're looking to advance in your career, improve your health, or create something new, consistent action is what separates those who succeed from those who never quite reach their potential. This chapter is all about understanding the transformative power of consistent action and how to build habits that keep you moving forward, no matter how big or small your goals may be. Consistency is often overlooked, yet it's one of the most important ingredients for success. Think about it. Small actions taken every day compound over time, creating results that can be life-changing. The best part? You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or the right conditions. The key to unlocking your peak performance is in your daily habits. Those little steps you take every single day that eventually lead to extraordinary outcomes. In this chapter, we'll dive deep into how you can harness the power of consistent action to move from where you are to where you want to be. Section 1. Why consistent action is the key to progress. In a world where instant gratification and quick fixes are often celebrated, it's easy to overlook the importance of consistency. Many people want fast results, expecting to achieve massive success in a short period. But here's the truth. Achieving long-term success is not about finding shortcuts or hacks. It's about doing the right things consistently over time. In the beginning, it may feel like your efforts aren't yielding immediate results, but don't be fooled. The law of compounding is always at work. Every small effort you make, every single day, compounds over time and eventually produces powerful results. Think about it like this. If you were to plant a seed today, it wouldn't sprout overnight. It takes time for the roots to grow, for the seedling to break through the surface, and for the plant to eventually blossom into something beautiful. Similarly, the work you put in today, whether it's writing a page of your book, making a phone call, working out, or even meditating, won't show immediate results, but over time, the cumulative effect will be massive. The key is to trust the process and stay committed, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Consistent action is also the antidote to procrastination. It's easy to put things off, especially when faced with tasks that seem daunting or overwhelming. But the beauty of consistent action is that it breaks down those large, intimidating goals into manageable, bite-sized tasks. Instead of waiting for the perfect time to start, consistent action encourages you to take one small step at a time, which makes your goals feel more achievable and less intimidating. Every small victory along the way boosts your confidence and momentum, and before you know it, you're further along than you ever imagined possible. Section 2. The science behind consistency. To truly understand the power of consistent action, let's explore the science behind habits and how they shape our daily lives. Every action you take is a result of a habit, whether it's positive or negative. Habits are behaviors that are repeated regularly and tend to occur subconsciously. The more you repeat a particular behavior, the more ingrained it becomes in your brain, eventually becoming automatic. This process is known as neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on the patterns of behavior you reinforce. When you take consistent action toward your goals, your brain starts to form neural pathways that make those actions easier to perform over time. In other words, the more you practice a particular habit, the more natural it becomes and the less effort it requires. That's why people who consistently work out, eat healthy, or engage in productive behaviors find that over time, it becomes second nature. The key to building powerful habits is repetition and consistency. Each time you repeat an action, you strengthen the neural connections that make it easier to continue that behavior. But it's not just about the brain, it's also about the body. When you take action toward your goals, your body responds in ways that make it easier to keep going. For example, exercising consistently releases endorphins, the body's natural mood-boosting chemicals, which make you feel happier and more motivated. Similarly, taking consistent action toward a personal goal creates a sense of progress, which fuels your intrinsic motivation to keep going. In short, action begets more action. The more you act, the more your brain and body align to support that behavior, and the easier it becomes to maintain that momentum. Section 3. Breaking down the barriers to consistent action. While consistency is a powerful tool, it's not always easy to maintain. There are several barriers that can get in the way of taking consistent action, and understanding these obstacles is key to overcoming them. The first barrier is lack of motivation. It's easy to feel motivated when things are going well, but what happens when you hit a roadblock or face setbacks? Motivation tends to fluctuate, and when it's low, it's hard to keep going. The key to overcoming this barrier is to rely on discipline and commitment, not just motivation. Discipline is what keeps you showing up, even on the days when motivation is low. Another barrier is perfectionism. Many people get stuck in the mindset that they must do things perfectly before taking action. This can lead to procrastination and inaction because perfectionism often paralyzes us with the fear of failure or making mistakes. The truth is, Perfection doesn't exist, and waiting for the perfect conditions only delays progress. Instead, focus on progress, not perfection. Every step you take, even if it's imperfect, brings you closer to your goal. Fear of failure is another common obstacle. The thought of failing can prevent us from even trying. But failure is not something to be feared. It's something to be embraced. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. When you take action consistently, you'll inevitably face setbacks, but those setbacks are not signs of defeat. They're signs that you're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone and moving toward growth. Embrace failure as feedback and use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Lastly, lack of clarity can be a significant barrier to taking action. If you don't have a clear vision of where you're headed or why you're doing something, it can be difficult to maintain the motivation to take action. This is why setting clear, specific goals is so important. When you have a crystal clear vision of what you want to achieve and a roadmap to get there, it becomes much easier to take consistent action day in and day out. Section 4. Building the habit of consistency. Now that we've addressed some of the common barriers to consistent action, let's dive into the practical strategies for building the habit of consistency. The first step is to start small. You don't need to make drastic changes overnight. In fact, making small changes and building on them over time is much more effective than trying to overhaul your entire life in one go. Start by committing to one small action that you can do every day, whether it's writing for 10 minutes, exercising for 20 minutes, or dedicating time to a new project. Over time, that small action will become a habit, and it will be easier to build on it. Create routines that support your goals. Routines are powerful because they provide structure and make it easier to stay consistent. Whether it's a morning routine, an evening routine, or a daily work routine, having a set schedule for your tasks makes it easier to stay on track. Routines eliminate decision fatigue and help you maintain focus, which increases the likelihood of consistent action. Another effective strategy is to track your progress. Keeping a record of your actions and results not only holds you accountable, but it also gives you a sense of accomplishment. When you see the progress you've made, it reinforces the idea that consistent action leads to results. You can track your progress using a journal, an app, or even a simple checklist. Whatever method works for you, tracking your progress helps you stay motivated and continue taking action. Section 5. The ripple effect of consistent action. When you begin taking consistent action toward your goals, something magical happens. The effects ripple out into other areas of your life. As you build momentum in one area, you'll find that your confidence, productivity, and energy begin to increase across the board. Consistent action doesn't just help you achieve your goals. It also strengthens your mindset, improves your focus, and enhances your resilience. This ripple effect is particularly powerful when you're working toward long-term goals. As you make steady progress, you'll gain a deeper sense of self-trust, the belief that you can rely on yourself to follow through, even when things get difficult. This self-trust is an essential component of peak performance. When you trust that you'll continue to take action, even when the going gets tough, you become unstoppable. Consistent action also builds a sense of momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the world. Once you start taking action and making progress, it becomes easier to keep going. The more you do, the more you want to do. And as you build momentum, your belief in your ability to achieve your goals becomes unshakable. As we wrap up this chapter, remember that consistent action is the key to turning your dreams into reality. Every small step you take, every action you make, adds up over time. Trust the process, stay disciplined, and embrace the power of small daily actions. With consistency, there's nothing you can't achieve. This concludes Chapter 6. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to stay motivated when the going gets tough and how to maintain your momentum when faced with challenges. Get ready to unlock even more of your peak potential. Chapter 7. Mastering Motivation for Unstoppable Progress. Let's face it, motivation can be a slippery thing. Some days, you wake up with boundless energy and a clear vision of what you want to achieve, while on other days, it feels like the weight of the world is pressing you down and getting out of bed feels like an impossible task. Whether you're aiming to improve your career, health, relationships, or personal growth, motivation is the fuel that drives you to take action. However, relying solely on motivation to achieve your goals is a recipe for inconsistency and burnout. The truth is, motivation isn't always going to be there when you need it. In fact, the real key to long-term success is not just about motivation, but about developing the habits and strategies that keep you going, even when your motivation is low. In this chapter, we'll dive into how to master your motivation so that you can sustain unstoppable progress toward your goals, no matter how you feel. Motivation is essential to getting started, but it's not what keeps you going. To unlock your peak performance and create lasting change, you need to learn how to sustain motivation, channel it effectively, and rely on systems that ensure consistent progress. In this chapter, we'll discuss how to cultivate intrinsic motivation, how to stay motivated during tough times, and how to use techniques that ensure you stay on track for the long haul. Motivation doesn't have to be a fleeting feeling. It can become a powerful force that propels you toward success if you know how to harness it. Section 1. Understanding the nature of motivation. To master motivation, it's important to understand what it is and how it works. Motivation is a psychological force that drives you to take action toward achieving your goals. It's the reason you do what you do. It's what sparks the initial desire to pursue something. However, not all motivation is created equal. There are two types of motivation that influence your behavior: intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. It's driven by personal satisfaction, a sense of purpose, or the inherent joy of doing something. For example, you might enjoy writing because it's a form of self-expression, or you might love exercising because it makes you feel good and energizes your body. Intrinsic motivation is often more sustainable because it's not reliant on external rewards. It's driven by your inner values and desires. When you're intrinsically motivated, you're more likely to stay consistent, even when faced with challenges or obstacles, because you genuinely enjoy the process or find it meaningful. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is driven by external rewards or pressures, such as money, recognition, praise, or avoiding negative consequences. While extrinsic motivation can get you started or push you to meet short-term goals, it's not as sustainable over the long term. If you rely too heavily on external rewards, you might find that your motivation wanes once the rewards stop coming, or when the pressure is no longer there. However, a balance of both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation can be incredibly effective. The key is to tap into your intrinsic motivation while also using external rewards or accountability to maintain momentum and boost your progress. Understanding how these two types of motivation work together can help you tap into your most powerful sources of motivation. When you align your actions with what you're passionate about or find a sense of personal fulfillment in what you do, you'll discover a deep, sustainable drive that helps you stay on course. Section 2. Strategies to cultivate intrinsic motivation. While extrinsic motivators like rewards and recognition can be helpful, the real secret to long-lasting motivation lies in tapping into your intrinsic drive. So, how do you cultivate intrinsic motivation? Here are some powerful strategies. 1. Connect to your why. One of the most powerful ways to tap into intrinsic motivation is to connect deeply with your reasons for pursuing your goals. This is your personal why, the underlying purpose behind your actions. Ask yourself, why do I want to achieve this goal? What does this goal mean to me beyond just the outcome. For example, if you want to get fit, your goal might not just be about having a better body. Perhaps it's about feeling more energized to keep up with your kids, or being healthy enough to travel the world. When your why is meaningful to you, it creates a sense of purpose that keeps you motivated even when things get tough. 2. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. One common pitfall people face when trying to stay motivated is focusing too heavily on the end result. Of course, achieving your goal is important, but if you only focus on the destination, the journey can feel monotonous or discouraging. Instead, shift your focus to the process itself, the actions you're taking every day, the growth you're experiencing, and the small wins along the way. Celebrate those incremental steps and find satisfaction in the progress, not just the end result. This shift in mindset can make the journey more enjoyable and help maintain motivation over the long term. 3. Make it personal. Motivation is more powerful when it feels personal and aligned with your values. If you want to stay motivated to read more books, for example, choose topics that excite you, rather than forcing yourself to read books you feel you should read. If you're working toward a career goal, think about how it will allow you to make a positive impact on others, or how it aligns with your values. When your actions are aligned with what matters to you on a deeper level, motivation naturally follows. Create flow states. Flow is a mental state where you're fully immersed in what you're doing, feeling energized, focused, and at your best. Achieving flow can significantly increase intrinsic motivation because it enhances the enjoyment and satisfaction of the task. To enter a flow state, choose tasks that are challenging yet achievable and eliminate distractions so you can concentrate fully on what you're doing. The more frequently you experience flow, the more motivated you'll feel to keep doing the work. Section 3. Maintaining motivation during tough times. The truth is, there will be times when your motivation dips, when things don't go as planned, when you face obstacles, or when life simply feels overwhelming. During these times, it's easy to want to give up or put things off, but it's precisely during these moments that your true growth happens. Here are a few strategies to help you stay motivated when things get tough. 1. Shift your mindset. One of the most powerful ways to stay motivated during tough times is to shift your mindset from problem-focused to solution-focused. Instead of dwelling on what's going wrong or why you feel discouraged, ask yourself, what can I do to move forward? What can I learn from this situation? Adopting a growth mindset, believing that challenges are opportunities for learning and growth, can help you view setbacks as stepping stones rather than obstacles. 2. Break goals into smaller tasks. When you're feeling overwhelmed, it can be hard to stay motivated because the big picture feels too daunting. The solution? Break your goals down into smaller, more manageable tasks. This makes the process less intimidating and gives you a clear, actionable path to follow. As you complete these smaller tasks, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment and build momentum, which will reignite your motivation. 3. Use accountability and support. Sometimes staying motivated is easier when you have someone to hold you accountable. Share your goals with a friend, mentor, or coach, and ask them to check in with you regularly to see how you're progressing. Not only does accountability help you stay on track, but it also creates a sense of commitment that makes it harder to back out. Surrounding yourself with supportive people who encourage and motivate you can be a game changer during tough times. 4. Focus on self-compassion. Motivation can wane when you're hard on yourself for not doing enough or making mistakes along the way. Instead of beating yourself up, practice self-compassion. Understand that setbacks are part of the journey and that you don't have to be perfect. Speak to yourself with kindness. Forgive yourself for missteps and remind yourself that you're doing the best you can. This attitude of self-compassion helps you bounce back more quickly and keeps you motivated to keep going. Section 4. Using external motivation to fuel your progress. While intrinsic motivation is powerful, it's often beneficial to use external motivation to support and enhance your drive. External motivators can include rewards, recognition, praise, or deadlines. Anything that encourages you to take action. However, it's important to use these external motivators wisely. If you're overly reliant on rewards or praise, it can diminish your intrinsic motivation over time. Instead, use external motivators as a supplement, not the main driver of your behavior. For example, you might reward yourself after completing a major milestone or share your progress with others to receive recognition. This can provide a boost of motivation that propels you forward, but it's important to remember that the true source of motivation comes from within. The external motivators are just a way to amplify the momentum you've already built. Section 5. The power of habits in sustaining motivation. Ultimately, the most effective way to stay motivated for the long haul is to build habits that support your goals. When you create positive, consistent habits, motivation becomes almost irrelevant because you're no longer relying solely on willpower or fleeting feelings of inspiration. Habits are automatic. Once they're in place, they keep you on track even when motivation dips. By developing habits that align with your goals, whether it's exercising, meditating, journaling, or working toward a professional milestone, you make progress almost effortlessly. Your habits become the foundation of your success, and they keep you motivated even when external factors or your mood fluctuate. In this chapter, we've explored how to master motivation by cultivating intrinsic drive, maintaining momentum during tough times, and using external motivators wisely. Now you have the tools to stay consistently motivated regardless of how you feel. Remember, motivation is a tool, but the true key to success lies in your ability to take consistent action toward your goals. Harness this power, and you'll unlock your peak performance. This concludes Chapter 7. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the power of focus and how to eliminate distractions so that you can achieve even greater levels of success. Let's keep moving forward and continue mastering your mind. Chapter 8. Unleashing the power of focus. We live in an age where distractions are everywhere. It's as if the world is constantly pulling us in 1,000 different directions. From the endless notifications on our phones to the demands of our personal and professional lives, it can feel impossible to focus on what truly matters. Yet, the ability to focus is one of the most critical components of peak performance. Without focus, even the best intentions can be lost in a sea of distractions, leaving you feeling overwhelmed, unproductive, and stuck. If you've ever found yourself struggling to stay on task, battling against your wandering mind, or constantly shifting from one thing to the next, you're not alone. But the good news is, you can train yourself to focus deeply, eliminate distractions, and sharpen your attention so that you can achieve extraordinary results. In this chapter, we're going to explore how to unleash the power of focus to unlock your peak potential. We'll discuss why focus is so crucial for your success, how you can strengthen your ability to concentrate, and most importantly, how to protect your focus from the distractions that rob you of time and energy. By the end of this chapter, you'll have the tools and strategies needed to master focus, increase your productivity, and propel yourself closer to your goals. Whether you're working on a personal project, advancing in your career, or simply looking to improve your daily habits, learning how to control your attention is the key to mastering your mind and unlocking your best life. Section 1. The importance of focus in achieving peak performance. Focus is not just a nice-to-have skill. It is the foundation of all high-level performance. Think about some of the world's most successful people: athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, scientists. What sets them apart is their ability to focus deeply on their craft, to block out distractions, and to immerse themselves fully in the work that matters most. Whether you're working toward a big career milestone or pursuing a personal dream, The ability to focus is what enables you to make steady progress toward your goals. When you focus, you engage in what's known as deliberate practice, a method of focusing your attention on specific areas for improvement and dedicating time to developing those skills. This type of focused practice is what leads to extraordinary levels of expertise and success. But focus isn't just about achieving big goals. It's about productivity and efficiency in your everyday tasks. When you can focus fully on one thing at a time, you're able to complete tasks faster, more effectively, and with greater attention to detail. You also minimize the risk of errors, which can save you time and energy in the long run. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with distractions. Social media, emails, text messages, and phone calls all compete for our attention, fragmenting our focus and diminishing our ability to concentrate. And when your attention is scattered, you're more likely to make mistakes, take longer to finish tasks, and feel more stressed. The truth is, multitasking doesn't work. It might seem like you're getting more done, but research has shown that our brains are not designed to focus on more than one thing at a time. Every time you switch from one task to another, you waste time and energy as your brain refocuses. This constant switching can lead to cognitive fatigue, leaving you feeling drained and unproductive by the end of the day. That's why focus is so critical. By sharpening your ability to focus, you increase your productivity, reduce stress, and create more space for creativity and deep work. The power of focus lies in its ability to direct all of your mental and physical energy toward a single task or goal, helping you achieve your best performance in everything you do. Section 2. Strengthening your focus, strategies and techniques. Now that we've established the importance of focus, let's dive into practical strategies for strengthening your ability to concentrate. Just like any other skill, focus can be developed and improved with practice. The key is to start implementing these techniques consistently and to build a routine that nurtures your ability to maintain sustained attention. 1. Practice deep work. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It requires a significant investment of time and effort, but it leads to breakthroughs and high-quality results. One of the best ways to practice deep work is to schedule blocks of uninterrupted time in your day where you can focus solely on one task. Turn off your phone, close your email, and eliminate any other distractions. During this time, dedicate yourself completely to the task at hand. At first, you might struggle to stay focused for long periods, but with practice, you'll find that your ability to concentrate improves. Start with 30-minute sessions and gradually increase the time as you get more comfortable with deep work. 2. Use the Pomodoro technique. One popular method for improving focus is the Pomodoro technique, which involves working in short, focused bursts with regular breaks in between. The basic structure is as follows. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After completing 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. This technique helps train your brain to focus for shorter, more manageable periods while preventing burnout and mental fatigue. The key is to fully immerse yourself in the task during those 25 minutes and to use your breaks as a chance to recharge and reset. 3. Eliminate digital distractions. We live in an age where digital distractions are relentless. From social media notifications to constant emails, our phones and computers are a constant source of interruption. To protect your focus, it's important to set boundaries around your digital life. Try turning off notifications during focused work sessions, or use apps like Focus at Will or Freedom to block distracting websites and apps. If you need to check your phone for urgent matters, set specific times throughout the day to do so, rather than letting it interrupt your flow. The less you allow distractions to intrude on your work, the better your focus will become. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Strengthening your focus is not just about managing external distractions. It's also about training your mind to stay present. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation, can help improve your ability to focus by teaching you how to be aware of your thoughts and redirect your attention back to the task at hand. By practicing mindfulness regularly, you'll find that you can maintain your focus for longer periods, even in the midst of a busy environment. Start with just 5 minutes a day and gradually increase the time as you get more comfortable. 5. Prioritize your tasks. One of the biggest obstacles to focus is trying to juggle too many tasks at once. When you have a long to-do list, it's easy to become overwhelmed and scatter your attention across multiple things. The solution is to prioritize your tasks. Take a few minutes at the beginning of each day to identify the most important tasks you need to focus on. Focus your energy on completing these tasks first and leave the less important ones for later. By narrowing your focus to a few key priorities, you'll find that you can concentrate better and accomplish more. 6. Create a distraction-free environment. Your physical environment plays a major role in your ability to focus. If you're working in a cluttered, noisy, or distracting space, it's going to be much harder to concentrate. Take a moment to assess your workspace and eliminate anything that might distract you. If possible, find a quiet place where you can work uninterrupted. Keep your desk tidy and make sure everything you need for the task is within reach, so you don't waste time looking for things. By creating a distraction-free environment, you're setting yourself up for success. 7. Use focus triggers. Certain activities or cues can help trigger a state of deep focus. For example, you might find that listening to specific types of music, lighting a particular scented candle, or having a cup of coffee helps you get into the zone. Experiment with different focus triggers to see what works best for you, and use them consistently to signal to your brain that it's time to focus. These rituals help create a sense of routine and mental preparation, making it easier to concentrate when you sit down to work. Section 3. The challenges of focus and how to overcome them. While strengthening your focus is a powerful tool for achieving your goals, it's not always easy. There will be times when your focus slips, when distractions pull at you, or when your mind starts to wander. These challenges are completely normal, and it's important not to be discouraged when they arise. The key is to recognize these challenges and have strategies in place to overcome them. 1. Dealing with mental fatigue. Even the most focused individuals can experience mental fatigue. After prolonged periods of concentration, your brain needs a break to recharge. If you're feeling mentally drained, it's important to take regular breaks and engage in activities that help restore your energy, such as taking a walk, stretching, or practicing deep breathing exercises. Don't push yourself to keep working when your mind is exhausted. Allow yourself to rest so that you can come back to your task with renewed focus and clarity. 2. Overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is one of the biggest barriers to maintaining focus. If you find yourself putting things off or procrastinating, it's important to understand why you're avoiding the task. Often, procrastination is rooted in fear, self-doubt, or a lack of motivation. To overcome procrastination, break the task into smaller, more manageable pieces and focus on just getting started. The hardest part is often the first step, but once you begin, you'll find that your focus and motivation will naturally follow. 3. Handling external distractions. External distractions, such as noise, interruptions, or people demanding your attention, can break your focus and derail your productivity. One of the best ways to handle external distractions is to set clear boundaries with those around you. Let people know when you need uninterrupted time and make it clear that you're not available for distractions during that period. If you're working from home, consider setting up a designated workspace or using noise-canceling headphones to minimize distractions. By taking proactive steps to reduce external interruptions, you'll be able to stay focused for longer periods of time. Section 4. The long-term benefits of focus. Mastering your focus doesn't just help you achieve your short-term goals. It also leads to long-term success and fulfillment. When you're able to focus deeply and consistently, you set yourself apart from others who struggle to concentrate. You become more productive, efficient, and effective in everything you do. You also experience less stress and overwhelm because you're able to focus on what matters most and block out the noise. The long-term benefits of focus go beyond just productivity. They also impact your personal growth and well-being. As you strengthen your focus, you become more present in your life, more connected to your goals, and more aligned with your purpose. You begin to experience the flow state more often, where time seems to slow down, and you're fully immersed in the process of creation and achievement. By mastering the art of focus, you unlock the power to achieve extraordinary results in every area of your life. Focus is the key to deep work, productivity, and sustained success. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter and giving your full attention to what truly matters. As you practice and refine your ability to focus, you'll find yourself moving closer to your best life and unlocking your peak potential. This concludes Chapter 8. In the next chapter, we'll discuss the importance of embracing challenges and how stepping out of your comfort zone can unlock even greater growth and success. Stay tuned for the next step in your journey toward mastering your mind. Chapter 9. Embracing challenges for growth and success. It's easy to seek comfort. We are wired to avoid pain and uncertainty, to look for the path of least resistance. But if we are to truly unlock our peak potential and master our minds, we must understand one fundamental truth. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. The challenges we face, the discomfort we endure, and the obstacles we overcome are not roadblocks. They are the very catalysts for transformation. In this chapter, we're going to explore how to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, learning, and success. We'll delve into the psychology behind why we resist challenges, why stepping out of our comfort zone is essential, and most importantly, how we can turn those difficult moments into our greatest opportunities. Whether you're facing a personal struggle, a professional setback, or just the daily grind of life, the way you approach challenges will determine your ability to succeed and thrive. By the end of this chapter, you'll have practical strategies for facing challenges head-on and using them to propel yourself towards your best life. Section 1. Why we fear challenges. Let's start by acknowledging that facing challenges can be uncomfortable. In fact, most people try to avoid them. Our natural inclination is to seek pleasure and avoid pain, which often leads us to stay within the confines of our comfort zone. But this instinct to avoid discomfort is often what keeps us stuck. We are often afraid of failure, rejection, or the unknown, and this fear prevents us from stepping up to the challenges that could lead to our greatest successes. Psychologically, this resistance to challenges is rooted in our fight or flight response. When faced with a difficult task or situation, our brains perceive it as a threat, triggering a physiological reaction designed to protect us. This can lead to anxiety, doubt, and a desire to retreat to familiar and safe environments. However, this fear is often irrational. While challenges may feel uncomfortable or risky, they are rarely as dangerous as our minds perceive them to be. In reality, challenges are opportunities for growth. They are the very experiences that teach us resilience, patience, and problem solving. In fact, it's through challenges that we often discover our true strengths and capabilities. The most successful individuals aren't those who have avoided challenges. They're the ones who have learned how to embrace them and grow stronger in the process. Section 2. The power of embracing discomfort. The most transformative growth occurs when we push ourselves beyond our comfort zones. Comfort zones are where habits and routines are formed, and while they provide stability, they also limit our potential. To reach new heights, you must be willing to step into discomfort. Embracing discomfort is not about seeking out pain for the sake of it. It's about willingly engaging in experiences that will challenge you and stretch your limits. Take, for example, an athlete who pushes their body through rigorous training, or a professional who takes on a challenging project outside of their expertise. At first, the discomfort is real. The athlete's muscles burn, the professional feels overwhelmed by new responsibilities. But as they persist, their bodies and minds adapt. They become stronger, more capable, and more confident in their abilities. The same principle applies to any area of life, whether it's a personal relationship, a career goal, or a creative endeavor. When you embrace challenges, you not only learn new skills, but also increase your resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from setbacks, and it's one of the most important qualities for achieving peak performance. Every time you face a challenge, you have an opportunity to build your resilience. Over time, this resilience will make you more adaptable to future challenges, allowing you to handle adversity with greater ease and confidence. Section 3. Overcoming the fear of failure. One of the biggest obstacles to embracing challenges is the fear of failure. We've all experienced that internal voice telling us, "What if I fail?" This fear is paralyzing, and it's a major reason why many people never take the risks necessary for growth. But here's the truth. Failure is not the end. It's often the beginning of something even better. Failure is a natural part of the learning process. It is not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be embraced as a stepping stone towards success. Think about any successful person. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists. Many of them have experienced multiple failures on their way to greatness. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is their response to failure. Successful people view failure not as a setback, but as a lesson, an opportunity to learn and improve. They understand that failure is temporary, and it's what they do after failing that determines their success. To overcome the fear of failure, it's important to reframe how you view mistakes. Instead of seeing them as personal shortcomings, see them as part of your growth journey. Each failure brings you closer to your goal by teaching you what doesn't work, so you can adjust your approach and keep moving forward. The key is to take action despite your fear. The more you take risks, the more you'll learn to handle failure gracefully and use it as a tool for growth. Section 4. Using challenges to unlock your potential. Now that we've established the importance of embracing challenges, let's explore how to use them to unlock your full potential. There are several strategies you can apply to ensure that challenges propel you forward rather than holding you back. 1. Shift your mindset. The first step in using challenges for growth is to shift your mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, view them as opportunities to learn, grow, and develop. Adopting a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can be developed through effort and perseverance, is key. When you approach challenges with this mindset, you open yourself up to new possibilities and solutions. You stop seeing yourself as limited by your current skills and instead recognize that you are constantly evolving. 2. Set realistic, incremental goals. When facing a large challenge, it can be overwhelming. Instead of focusing on the enormity of the task ahead, break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. Set clear, realistic goals for each phase of the challenge and focus on achieving them one by one. This will help you maintain momentum and avoid feeling paralyzed by the scope of the task. By breaking the challenge into bite-sized pieces, you also build confidence with each step you complete, making the next one easier. 3. Embrace the learning process. Every challenge teaches you something new, whether it's a skill, a strategy, or a lesson in perseverance. Instead of focusing solely on the outcome, immerse yourself in the learning process. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I improve next time? The more you focus on learning, rather than simply achieving a specific result, the more you'll grow as a person and performer. 4. Surround yourself with support. Facing challenges alone can be daunting, but you don't have to do it by yourself. Surround yourself with supportive people, mentors, friends, family, or colleagues who can offer guidance, encouragement, and perspective. When you have a strong support system, challenges feel less isolating, and you're more likely to push through when things get tough. 5. Visualize success. Visualization is a powerful tool for achieving success. Before facing a challenge, take a moment to visualize yourself succeeding. Picture yourself navigating the challenge with confidence, overcoming obstacles, and achieving your desired outcome. This mental rehearsal helps program your mind for success and builds the confidence needed to take on difficult tasks. The more vividly you imagine your success, the more likely you are to make it a reality. Section 5. The long-term benefits of embracing challenges. Embracing challenges isn't just about short-term wins. It's about long-term growth and success. When you consistently push yourself to face and overcome challenges, you develop a level of mental and emotional strength that serves you throughout your entire life. Each challenge you face builds your character, sharpens your problem-solving skills, and deepens your resilience. Over time, you'll become someone who thrives in adversity, someone who is equipped to handle whatever life throws at you. The process of embracing challenges also cultivates a deep sense of self-confidence. As you overcome obstacles, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you initially thought. This confidence becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because you believe in your ability to tackle challenges, you are more likely to succeed in future endeavors. Furthermore, facing challenges opens up new opportunities. It's through overcoming obstacles that you discover new passions, capabilities, and pathways to success. Each challenge expands your horizons, making you more adaptable and resourceful in every aspect of life. In the end, the more you embrace challenges, the more you unlock your true potential. Challenges are not something to fear. They are the key to unlocking a life of growth, fulfillment, and success. This concludes Chapter 9. In the next chapter, we will dive into the power of resilience and how to build an unshakable mindset that will carry you through the toughest times. Stay tuned for the next step in your journey toward mastering your mind. Chapter 10. Building resilience to overcome life's toughest challenges. If you want to achieve peak performance and truly master your mind, one of the most essential qualities you need is resilience. Life is full of setbacks, failures, and moments of adversity. No matter how focused, driven, or talented you are, challenges will come. It's not a matter of if, but when. But here's the critical distinction between those who succeed and those who falter: resilience. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back from tough situations. It's about being able to endure, adapt, and grow through difficulty. It's the ability to face life's obstacles head-on without losing sight of your goals or your sense of purpose. In this chapter, we will dive into the concept of resilience, how to cultivate it, and how to use it as a powerful tool in your pursuit of greatness. You'll learn practical strategies to strengthen your resilience so that you can not only survive difficult times, but thrive through them. Whether you're going through a personal crisis, navigating a professional setback, or simply looking to build a stronger mental foundation for the future, this chapter will equip you with the tools and mindset you need to become unshakable in the face of adversity. Section 1. Understanding resilience and why it's crucial for success. Resilience is often misunderstood. It's not about avoiding pain or hardship, nor is it about toughing it out in silence. Resilience is the ability to adapt positively to challenges, to remain committed to your goals despite obstacles, and to learn and grow from adversity. It's about mental toughness, but mental toughness doesn't mean being cold, emotionless, or indifferent. It means being able to acknowledge your emotions, process them, and then take action, regardless of how hard things get. To truly understand resilience, let's first look at what it is not. Resilience isn't the absence of stress or difficulty. In fact, some of the most resilient people have experienced profound challenges in their lives. Instead of being immune to hardship, resilient people are able to navigate it with grace, perseverance, and optimism. They don't let setbacks define them. Instead, they define themselves by how they respond to adversity. The key to building resilience is to recognize that setbacks are a natural part of life. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's an integral part of it. Every successful person has experienced failure along the way. The difference is in how they handle it. Resilient individuals view failure as a stepping stone towards success, not as a permanent roadblock. They understand that discomfort and setbacks are temporary, and they are equipped with the tools and mindset to move forward despite challenges. Section 2. The core components of resilience. Resilience is not a single trait, but a combination of different factors that work together to help you persevere through tough times. Let's explore some of the core components that make up resilience. 1. Emotional regulation. Resilient individuals have a remarkable ability to regulate their emotions. Instead of being overwhelmed by stress, frustration, or fear, they are able to manage their emotional responses and maintain a sense of calm. This doesn't mean they suppress their emotions. It means they understand their emotions, accept them, and use them as information to guide their next steps. By practicing mindfulness and emotional awareness, you can learn to regulate your emotions and prevent negative feelings from clouding your judgment. 2. Optimism and positive thinking. Optimism doesn't mean ignoring the reality of a difficult situation. It means having the belief that things can improve. Resilient people are able to maintain a positive outlook even in the face of adversity. They believe that they can learn from setbacks and that with effort and perseverance, they can overcome any obstacle. This positive mindset fuels motivation, fosters problem solving, and helps individuals stay focused on their long-term goals. You can cultivate optimism by focusing on the positive aspects of any situation, reframing challenges as opportunities, and practicing gratitude daily. 3. Self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is the belief in your own ability to achieve goals and handle difficult situations. Resilient people have a strong sense of self-efficacy. They believe in their ability to take action and make things happen, no matter how difficult the task may seem. This belief in your own ability is crucial for resilience because it empowers you to face challenges head-on rather than shy away from them. If you don't believe in your ability to succeed, it's easy to give up when faced with adversity. But by strengthening your self-efficacy, you can boost your resilience and increase your chances of success. 4. Support systems. Resilience is not a solo endeavor. Building strong support systems is a key factor in developing resilience. When you have people around you who can offer encouragement, perspective, and practical support, it becomes much easier to navigate tough times. Resilient people surround themselves with individuals who believe in them and who offer a helping hand when needed. Cultivate relationships with people who lift you up, who challenge you to grow, and who provide emotional and practical support during difficult times. 5. Adaptability. Resilient people are able to adapt to changing circumstances. They are not rigid in their approach to life. Instead, they embrace flexibility and adjust their strategies when necessary. This adaptability helps them navigate uncertainty and respond effectively to unforeseen challenges. By developing a flexible mindset and being open to new ways of thinking, you can enhance your own resilience and ability to thrive in changing environments. Section 3. Building resilience through action. Now that we understand the core components of resilience, it's time to focus on how to build resilience through action. Strengthening your resilience requires practice and intentional effort. Here are some practical strategies you can implement to build and strengthen your resilience. 1. Develop a growth mindset. One of the most effective ways to build resilience is to develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. When you have a growth mindset, you are more likely to embrace challenges, persist through difficulties, and learn from your mistakes. You see failure as a learning opportunity rather than a permanent defeat. To develop a growth mindset, start by reframing challenges as opportunities for personal development and growth. 2. Set realistic expectations. Resilience is about managing your expectations. It's important to acknowledge that life will throw challenges your way, and not everything will go according to plan. By setting realistic expectations and understanding that setbacks are a normal part of life, you can prevent yourself from becoming discouraged when things don't go smoothly. Adjust your goals and timelines as needed, but never lose sight of the bigger picture. Remember that persistence is key to success. 3. Take care of your physical health. Physical health plays a significant role in resilience. When you take care of your body, you improve your mental clarity, energy levels, and ability to cope with stress. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep are all essential for building resilience. Exercise, in particular, has been shown to boost mood, reduce stress, and increase energy levels, all of which are crucial when navigating tough times. Make self-care a priority, and remember that your physical well-being is the foundation for your mental and emotional resilience. 4. Practice self-compassion. Resilience doesn't mean being hard on yourself during tough times. In fact, self-compassion is a vital aspect of building resilience. When you face challenges, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism and negative self-talk. But self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness, patience, and understanding that you would offer a friend. When you show yourself compassion, you give yourself the grace to fail and the strength to try again. Practice self-compassion by acknowledging your struggles, accepting your imperfections, and reminding yourself that you are doing the best you can. 5. Take action even when you don't feel like it. Resilience is built through consistent action, even when it feels difficult. When you're facing challenges, it can be easy to become paralyzed by fear or uncertainty. But the key to resilience is taking small steps forward, even when the path ahead seems unclear. Start with manageable actions and celebrate each small victory. Momentum builds over time, and the more you act, the more resilient you will become. 6. Learn to let go. Sometimes, resilience means knowing when to let go of things that are no longer serving you. Whether it's a toxic relationship, an unrealistic goal, or a past failure, letting go can free up emotional space for healing and growth. Practice acceptance and surrender, knowing that you can't control everything. Letting go allows you to focus on what truly matters and gives you the strength to move forward. Section 4. The long-term benefits of resilience. As you continue to build resilience, you'll begin to notice profound changes in your life. Not only will you become better equipped to handle adversity, but you'll also cultivate a sense of inner peace and strength that will serve you in every area of your life. Resilience leads to greater emotional stability, better decision-making, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Resilient people tend to be more optimistic, confident, and adaptable, which allows them to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. In the long run, resilience will help you create a life where you can not only survive, but thrive. You will become more self-sufficient, more capable, and more confident in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. With resilience, you will unlock your true potential and achieve your goals, no matter how big or challenging they may seem. This concludes Chapter 10. In the next chapter, we will explore the importance of self-motivation and how to cultivate the inner drive needed to pursue your goals with passion and perseverance. Stay tuned for the next step in your journey toward mastering your mind. Final Chapter 11. Unlocking your peak performance with self-motivation. As we reach the final chapter of this journey, I want to leave you with the most powerful tool in your arsenal for mastering your mind: self-motivation. Motivation is the driving force behind everything you do. It's the spark that ignites your passion, pushes you to take action, and keeps you moving toward your goals even when the path gets tough. But motivation isn't something that just comes to you randomly. It's something that you must cultivate within yourself, intentionally and consistently. In this final chapter, we will dive deep into the concept of self-motivation and explore how you can harness its power to unlock your peak performance. You'll learn how to build an inner drive that doesn't depend on external factors or fleeting inspiration. Instead, you'll develop a lasting motivation that will keep you focused, energized, and determined to achieve your best life. Whether you're looking to finish a long-term project, pursue a new goal, or simply elevate your daily productivity, the strategies in this chapter will help you cultivate an unshakable motivation that will propel you to success. Section 1. The power of intrinsic motivation. Let's begin by exploring the difference between intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation comes from external rewards or incentives, such as money, praise, or recognition. While these external factors can be effective in the short term, they are not sustainable. Relying too heavily on extrinsic motivation can lead to burnout and a lack of fulfillment. When the external rewards disappear, so does your drive. Intrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is the internal drive that comes from within. It's the desire to pursue something because it is meaningful to you, because it aligns with your values, or because it brings you a sense of fulfillment. This type of motivation is far more powerful and sustainable. When you are intrinsically motivated, you don't need external rewards to keep you going. You are driven by a sense of purpose and passion that fuels your actions. To cultivate intrinsic motivation, it's important to connect with your deeper why, the reason you are pursuing your goals in the first place. Ask yourself, what is truly important to me? What excites me? What do I care about? When you tap into your intrinsic motivation, you unlock the energy and determination needed to achieve extraordinary results. This type of motivation is the foundation of peak performance, and it will help you stay focused and resilient, even when faced with obstacles or challenges. Section 2. Setting purposeful goals to drive motivation. One of the most effective ways to cultivate self-motivation is by setting purposeful and meaningful goals. Goals give you direction, focus, and something to strive toward. But not all goals are created equal. In order to stay motivated, your goals must be aligned with your values and long-term vision. When setting goals, follow the SMART framework. Make them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. However, it's equally important to ensure that your goals are deeply connected to your passions and values. When you set goals that matter to you on a personal level, you are far more likely to stay motivated to achieve them. Your goals should challenge you to grow, but they should also be meaningful enough to keep you driven, even when the going gets tough. Start by identifying a big, long-term goal that excites you, something that aligns with your life purpose. Break this big goal down into smaller, manageable milestones that you can achieve along the way. Each time you reach one of these milestones, you'll experience a sense of accomplishment that reinforces your motivation. These smaller goals should serve as stepping stones toward your bigger vision, and they'll help you maintain focus and momentum. Section 3. Cultivating a growth mindset to fuel motivation. A critical component of sustained self-motivation is cultivating a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, learning, and persistence. This mindset is the antidote to complacency and fear of failure, which can hold you back from achieving your peak performance. When you embrace a growth mindset, you become more open to challenges and more resilient in the face of setbacks. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, you see them as valuable learning experiences that contribute to your growth. This shift in perspective keeps your motivation high, even when things don't go as planned. Rather than getting discouraged, you continue to push forward, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to improve. To cultivate a growth mindset, focus on the process of growth rather than the end result. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and view every effort as a step toward becoming better. The more you invest in learning and self-improvement, the more motivated you'll become to reach your full potential. Section 4. Overcoming procrastination and building consistency. One of the biggest obstacles to self-motivation is procrastination. It's easy to put things off, especially when the task at hand feels overwhelming or uncomfortable. But procrastination is a form of resistance that drains your energy and diminishes your motivation. The longer you delay taking action, the harder it becomes to get started, and the more discouraged you may feel. The key to overcoming procrastination is to break tasks down into smaller, more manageable steps. Start by focusing on the next small action you can take, rather than worrying about the entire task. Even if the first step seems insignificant, taking action will create momentum and make it easier to continue. Once you've started, you'll find that your motivation naturally increases and the task becomes less daunting. Building consistency is another important strategy for sustaining motivation. Motivation can fluctuate, but consistency helps you stay on track regardless of how you feel. Create a routine or habit that supports your goals and commit to taking small actions every day, even on days when you don't feel particularly motivated. Over time, these small actions will add up, and you'll develop the momentum needed to keep moving forward. Section 5. The role of self-discipline in sustaining motivation. Self-discipline is the ability to stay focused and committed to your goals, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. While motivation provides the energy and drive to take action, self-discipline is what keeps you on track, even when the initial excitement fades. Without self-discipline, motivation can easily wane, and it becomes difficult to maintain progress over time. To build self-discipline, start by setting clear, achievable goals and creating a plan of action. Make sure that your goals are realistic and aligned with your values so that you're more motivated to stay disciplined. Create a daily routine that supports your goals and stick to it, even on days when you don't feel like it. It's important to develop a mindset that prioritizes long-term success over short-term comfort. This will help you stay focused on the bigger picture and avoid distractions. Accountability is another powerful tool for building self-discipline. Share your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or accountability partner, and check in regularly to track your progress. Having someone to hold you accountable can boost your motivation and help you stay disciplined, especially when you encounter challenges or moments of doubt. Section 6. Celebrating progress and maintaining momentum. As you cultivate self-motivation and work toward your goals, it's important to celebrate your progress along the way. Acknowledge your successes, no matter how small they may seem. Each step forward is a testament to your growth and determination, and celebrating these victories keeps your motivation high. Celebrating progress also helps you build a positive feedback loop. When you recognize and reward yourself for your achievements, you reinforce the behaviors that lead to success. This positive reinforcement boosts your self-confidence and motivates you to keep pushing forward toward your next milestone. Additionally, maintain momentum by regularly reviewing your goals and reminding yourself of your purpose. Reflect on your why and how far you've come, and use that as fuel to keep moving forward. Momentum is the key to turning motivation into sustained long-term performance. Conclusion: unlocking your peak potential. You now have the tools and strategies needed to cultivate self-motivation and unlock your peak performance. By setting meaningful goals, developing a growth mindset, overcoming procrastination, building consistency, and maintaining self-discipline, you will stay motivated and focused on achieving your best life. Remember, self-motivation isn't a one-time boost of energy. It's a habit you must continuously nurture and strengthen. As you move forward in your journey, keep in mind that peak performance is not a destination, but a process of constant growth and improvement. Stay committed, stay resilient, and keep unlocking your potential. The power to achieve your best life lies within you, and with the right mindset and motivation, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Thank you for joining me on this journey to mastering your mind. Now go out there and unlock your peak performance. Your best life is waiting for you.